Hi students, I just wanted to record a quick video to give you a bit of instruction on your individual inquiry log project. I'm not going to repeat everything that's on the Moodle site as far as dates and things like that, but give you a general sense of the idea behind the thing. You've already done conversations with people, you've already done sort of a scavenger hunt plagiarism assignment, you've done in-class discussion and discovery, and you've done a small research project. You know the basics of putting that all together into a small paper. Now, trusting that you've got all that behind you, we're going to move the project forward and put it into your hands to create something that's worth sharing with the class. What's different about this project? A number of things are different about this project. One is that you get to choose the topic. You can do any topic, anything you want. You can explore any question that you're curious about. And second, you're going to get to create a final product. And then third, you're going to present the things that you've learned and your final product to the class at the end of the semester. Okay, so I'm going to give you some examples in order to help you navigate mentally through what you might do. One of the examples that I have given and told people about was one student in the past made a healing quilt for people who were sex abuse survivors. She took the different stories, allowed people to make a visual image of the story of survival, sex abuse survival. They drew this image on a square, and then she quilted the squares together in order to tell a story. Another student wanted to discover what doing a song mashup was like. So she downloaded EDM software and created a mashup of a standard 90s acoustic rock song, making it into a little bit more of a club sound. It took a lot of time, it was a lot of work, but she did that, and her final product was the 4-minute song. Another student decided to analyze Bohemian Rhapsody, looking at mathematical quantities and quotients within the Rhapsody, looking at it in a new way as a pop culture phenomenon. Another student decided to test whether or not one of the improvable math questions was really improvable. And of course, the way he did that was by walking through the proofs and showing how they fail. Another group of students have designed apps for various kinds of things. This is obviously not something you can create a big build upon, but taking a basic app and tweaking it, or doing some code that's original to you, or using software in order to move from code or some sort of computer coding language into something that's a product. A number of students over time have done surveys where they take some question that they're intrigued about. It could be the environment, it be gender and sexuality, it could be something about the generation, it could be about international relationships and the way that they view love or money or cars or hope or faith. And then they did a survey in social media and then presented the results of the survey. I could give a number of examples. There are people that have done a project that they were passionate about, something that was an important social issue, and then they wrote a policy paper or a white paper that they could then present to government. One even tried to move that towards what it would look like to be a legal bill. Another person interviewed various politicians and then wrote a not a journal article, more like a magazine article describing that. Another person looked at different kinds of health policies in different provinces to compare a certain kind of thing and made a chart, and then they actually gave a presentation based upon the chart. So there are a lot of things that you can do. Really, I can't name them all. I want you to come to class Tuesday, the first week during the individual log project, and share kind of your idea of what that's going to be, and make sure that at the end of the class, everybody has something that they think might be worth testing out. You can do anything you want. One student went to church for the first time and decided to go and tested her experience sharing her journal with the class. Other students have gone to nursing care facilities to visit old people. Some people have recovered lost skills, like using clay to make pots or learning how to knit. Skydiving, I have mentioned, not really a lost skill, but can be a last skill if you don't do it correctly, right? So you take anything you want, something you want to learn about, an idea, something that your discipline makes you interested in, something that's totally new to you, and then think about final product that would match that. So if you chose, for example, you wanted to highlight your home area of, I don't know, rural Newfoundland or northern Mexico or eastern Australia, and you want to make a website or a brochure, travel brochure, in order to invite people into that place. That's the kind of thing that works. Your final product will then be presented to the class, in a sort of a 5-minute talk near the end of the semester, and for a chance for students to share your product, to share what you've learned, and just have some questions with one another. You'll also be writing a short research paper that's behind this project. So, for example, if you find that you want to figure out how you could visit Europe without costing any money, so you want to work at farms and fishing fleets and things like that, you find a number of ways that you can do that. You'll actually write up a paper on that, showing where the resources are for people, and then say your final product is a pitch, like you're selling it like a salesperson, or a PowerPoint presentation, then that'll be your final product. So you're producing a short paper that's well researched and well formatted and suited entirely to your product, and then you're making a product, and then you're giving a presentation on that. This is a big part of the year. It's very important, and like all the other projects, it's going to involve student feedback both in class and on Moodle. There are 4 basic steps before the final presentation. Step 1, you're going to give me a pitch. Next week, you're going to have your project approved by me. You've got to have it presented by next Thursday. There are a series of questions within the folder that you want to look at, and then answer those questions. Step 2, just like the first log project, you're going to do your research background piece. Step 3 is like the rough copy of your background paper, but also a sketch of what your final product is going to look like. For example, if you're going to make blueprints of a design, if that's your final product, is make blueprints of, I don't know, a roller rink you want to build, that's great, but I want to see the sketches by that point, even if the blueprints aren't done. Do you see what I mean? And then finally, you're going to have a final project submission. And then the 5th step is that you present that to the class. I'm always up for questions, and I really hope that you dig into this project and have a lot of fun. It really is. The last couple of weeks of class, it's all presentations. It's a great way to finish the class. Great time to bring some mandarin oranges to share with the class and really enjoy one another's learning in this class. And I just love this as a way to finish up. I've always learned from students, and the students have always learned from each other, and it ends up being a really enjoyable way to sum up your learning throughout the semester, and really take the stage for yourself. As always, if you have questions, let me know. Send me a note at bdickinson@upei.ca, and always look for my office hours when I'm on campus. Cheers. Bye-bye.